So today we're going to paint a sunset over a beach with a bonfire on it. That's the intention anyway. And I'm going to use my Kuretake set, which I'm just wetting at the moment. You can see some of the colours that I've recently been using there in the middle. I think that was the lighted window or something like that. It's very early, it's not yet light. I forgot to do this painting yesterday, so I'm doing it now, and I'm not sure how it's going to work out. But the thing to do with a sunset is to start with light, and I think that's the lesson I've been learning from this little experience here of light out of darkness. So I'm going to put this is very what's the word, experimental. We're going to make the sunset the major part of this painting, and that's the sun going down over the horizon. And now I'm going to add increasing. I'm working wet on dry. This is a block of Meeden 8x7, no, what is it? 10x7 inch cold press, 100% cotton. As you know, when you paint in watercolor, when it dries, it always dries lighter than you expect. So we're going to start with those colours, and I'm going to then come in with some purple. It's not quite that strong in the top here. And maybe some indigo. It's pouring with rain again, you can probably hear it. And then I'm going to run water between these two areas and allow the water to do the work. And I have no idea how this is going to work, whether it's going to work, what I'm going to do at the moment to make it work. I'll keep it fairly light at this side, darker at this side. Okay, so probably need to pull out some of this colour in a kind of random sort of way, lighten it up a bit, put a bit of it down here on the horizon, make it look a bit more natural. And then perhaps drop in a bit more purple up here. And then I'm going to run purple along the actual sea line. Okay, so that's the horizon line. Now I need to go back to the indigo, I think, for the sea line. And put some indigo along there and make it reasonably dark in a couple of places. And then what I'm going to do is sort of bring the sea up to the beach. Don't want these things there particularly. You might be able to make that look a bit better once it's dry. And then let's put a kind of dark greenish, purplish area here, which we're going to call, I don't know, just call it something. And when it's dry, I'm going to put a couple of palm trees there. And then we will pick up some beige sand colour and paint that in. I'm just going to try to avoid that bit because that will run like ballyheck. So once we've got this colour in, I'll come up as close as I can. There. And then once this is dry, we will add another layer to all of that. So I shall, and then the bonfire is going to go here. So this is a painting that is majoring on the light in the sky and not so much on the fire. We're going to put that in the front here. So let's let that dry. So I'm going to use a bit of orangey red, and kind of tidy up hopefully the line here, and sort of kind of make that look like that's the sun. So remember that water is your friend. Okay, so we're just pretending that there's a sort of small sun going down there on the horizon a little bit. And I'm not going to make a big fuss about that, that's just a hint. We'll let that dry. And meanwhile, I want to attempt a couple of things. The fire on the beach, and put it sort of here, I think. And I'm wondering how to best do that. I'm wondering whether to use a bit of gouache, because I want it to seem quite light, so I will go for some white gouache. Bear with me, I'm looking for an empty dish. I'll put a bit of white gouache in there. And then we will mix in a little bit of yellow. So lo and behold, we have yellow gouache, and that's, what's the word, opaque, a little bit more opaque. And then we'll pick up some orange and add that. We'll have opaque flames. And then a bit more, make it darker. And then a bit more, make it darker still. I'm not going to go into a lot of fuss over this because it doesn't merit it. And then we're going to go for some brown, blackish brown. And we'll put some stones here, or maybe they've made a pile of stones and just put some logs in the middle for this fire on the beach. And then perhaps with a little, maybe a stick or something sharp. If I can find something. We could put some texture coming up here. And then let's go for our darker browns again to put some texture on the beach. And then maybe a palm tree, if this is dry. We don't want them too big, do we? I remember when I lived in the Bahamas, I used to paint a lot of palm trees, not particularly easy. They often had more than one coming from the same root, so to speak. Usually bits and pieces growing around the bottom of them, sea grapes and stuff like that. Just leave it like that. I could put more. Maybe that wants to be a little bit darker. Just feed in a bit more black. And well, we could put in a few more kind of dots and dashes on the beach. But, and you could put people if you wanted to. But I think that will basically do for today. Excuse me. And I will let you go. And there we are. There's our... It's not dry yet. So I'll dry it and then take a photograph and put that up for your reference. That was fun. All before 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's pitch dark here still, pouring with rain. And I hope you're having better weather than I am. So I'll let you go. Bye now. Bye everybody. Bye bye.